Bryan Barberena. Thank you so much, man, for coming on. How's life for you right now?
Man, thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. Life is great. Feeling good. Fight week's only a few days away. Can't wait.
All right, now the big story for you coming into this fight is the back surgery that you had a year ago. You know, most of the time, the surgery is the easy part, and then you got to do the rehab, you know, and it could be a struggle. How did everything go for you?
Yeah, that's actually dead on. I couldn't do anything for quite some time. Couldn't start, PT until I was 6 months into recovery. So it was a lot of sitting around doing nothing, and I was going crazy, honestly. I'm an active guy. I live on a farm, so there's a lot of work to do, and I'd try to do some things, but then I'd be hurting, so I'd have to rest for a few days, or so it was just little baby steps. I had to step back and kind of just take the time, and even though being hard-headed, it was tough, I had to take the time. But once it got going, it was still tough. I doing nothing, sitting around. I did nothing but really, I didn't stick to my diet or anything. I just ate and spent time with my family, which was great. Loved that time. Yeah, but got up 240 pounds, heaviest I've ever been, and feeling pretty good as far as weight was, but definitely was hard to get back to it. And, when it was time to get going, and physical therapy was hard, and the whole process, and then trying to get back into shape, to lose weight, to diet and everything and get down. I knew I wanted to fight late August, early September. So I sent, Sean Selby an email, and, he got back to me. So it was like September. I'm like, oh man, I got to get on it, kind of thing. So, it was tough, man. At first, battling demons in my head, telling me to quit, telling me to stop, telling them I'm too tired, telling them I can't do it. What are you even doing? You're not going to be able to come back, kind of stuff. Like just contemplating middle of workouts, just be like, God, just stop. You can go hang out with the kids and stuff. And, yeah, I wanted to, and I did. I wanted to stop. I wanted to quit in the middle of my session, but I just can't, man. You got to push through. I wanted to get back. I wanted it for me. I wanted it for my family. My kids I'm working out, and my kids are right there trying to work out and do their own little thing too. And man, that's the most inspiring thing to me. So, for me and for them, it was, we had to get after it.
Who gave you the talks, man? Because of course you need the talks, or was it just all inside in your head and you just pull through on your own?
No, it's never on my own. Never on my own. I have a great team around me, great support system. My wife, I mean, the biggest support, and I go to her for everything. And, she's always there, has my back, and is pushing me, and, we're going to get through this. So her, my team, Scott Holtzman, helping me. When I started really reaching out and, we got to get after kind of thing, he helped put workouts together for me, and made sure he pulled me back when I was trying to push too hard, and really kind of helped me get back and helped me with my recovery as well. Like gave me a lot of advice on recovery and things I could do after to help and stuff. So, I mean, shout out to him too. He helped me a lot, definitely during this camp. My coach, Jeff Jimmo, putting workouts together with me that, aren't too much. My physical therapist team, and Knoxville Spine and Sport, Julia and Shonda and Dr. Burt. I mean, those people, working on me day in, day out, not only giving me workouts to do to strengthen not only my back, but everything else around it that's going to help, but also doing hands-on work, massages and everything to make sure I'm loose and my body's feeling good to continue pushing on the next day. My physical therapist in North Carolina, David Flanagan, I mean, he's the man, puts together special stuff for me for recovery and even, fight-specific stuff in my recovery, and a lot of hands-on work, taking care of me, making me feel good. My teammates always checking in on me, making sure that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, to get back. And, friends and family, man, I have a great support system, and I owe it all to them to this comeback and getting me where I need to be.
That's great to hear, man. How far does this injury go back?
I originally injured my back in the Joe Ellenberger fight. Jake Ellenberger fight. My bad. Yeah, the brother. Yeah. At 170, the Jake Ellenberger fight. And it was weird because, I fought and was fine and got to the back and they're like, how you feeling? And it was like on my way to the back, I just started feeling weird, like tight, a little bit of pain in my lower back. And I was like, man, what's going on? So I got the back, I let them know and they're like, do you want to go to the hospital to get checked? It's just routine stuff. And I was like, no, it doesn't hurt that bad. I'll get it checked when I get home. Well, after flying home and everything, I could barely move the next day. Could barely move. Was in so much pain all the way down my leg, my right leg, down to my toes. Was in a ton of pain. And so I went to a friend who's a physical therapist, and he worked on me and everything and gave me some manual work to kind of ease the pain up, and that helped. And so I got scheduled through the UFC to go see a doctor, and the doctor I saw was like, oh yeah, you got my imaging done and everything, and he's like, yeah, you need surgery. And I was like, well, what's the other options, or will I be able to fight again? And he's like, yeah, you won't be able to fight again, and the only other option is you get injections into your back to block the pain, and hopefully that makes the discs and everything kind of calm down and help the other issues. But so I did that. I got injections in my back, and the first one worked great. It actually worked. It worked great for like 3 months, and that was it. And then so I went and got another one, and it didn't do anything. And then it was just like they were telling me that after the injection stopped working, you would have to get surgery. But I was able to work on my back, working with physical therapists on my back and stuff too. So it was like I was in pain still when it came back, but not as bad. And so my only other option was, well, I'm not going to have surgery because I'm not done fighting. And I'm going to work with my physical therapist. He was confident that, he could get me where I need to be and get ready for fights and get me feeling better. And he did. He did just that. That was David Flanagan in North Carolina, man. Dude's awesome. And put me back together and kept me in it. I worked with him pretty much every other day in fight camp. And the days that he wasn't putting his hands on me, working on me, my coach was. Like before practice, after practices, we changed my whole fight camp, changed it completely. It was all modified to things that I can do with my back, things that I can do to strengthen my back, like physical therapy workouts, stuff like that, making sure I'm getting the right recovery and stuff for my back to hold up for the next day. And it was a trial and error test process in the middle of camp for that next camp that I took, or the next fight that I had took, because I was trying to get back after it. And, we got me feeling good. I'm not going to, nothing to take away from any of the guys I fought, but prior to my back surgery and, after the injury or whatever. All the guys tough as nails. And, I stepped in there ready to fight, ready to give it my all. So hats off to them for winning. But, they're great fighters, and nothing but but respect to them. So, but I'm fixed now, and I'm feeling great, and I'm feeling better than I ever have, even prior to the injury. Even, I feel better than I ever have. I'm in the best shape I've ever been in, and that's, coming down from 240. It surprised me, but best shape I've ever been in. My diet's on point. My weight's good. I'm ready to roll, man.
Yeah, man, that blows my mind that after that injury, you went to the doctor. The doctor told you if you get surgery, your career is pretty much over. You get the physical therapy. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I forgot to mention, after when I went to go get the surgery, it finally got so bad after the Randy Brown fight. It got so bad I couldn't do anything. Like, my leg was shot. I couldn't barely get around anything. And so I was like, this can't be it. Like, this can't be it. I'm going to look up find the best doctor that I can and find one that's going to help me get back to, fighting and being able to function correctly. And I did. I found him, Dr. Cantor in Pittsburgh. I went and saw him. We had a talk. He tested me. He's like, dude, you're real bad. And he gave me some options. And, we went he gave me 3 options, and 2 of them were like, okay, yeah, the chances of fighting are like small percentage. And he's like, but this other option is, a surgery we do, and I think it'll be the best. It'll work for you, and it's gonna fix the biggest problem. And he's like, I think that will help the rest of it and get you back. And I was like, okay. I was like, let's do it. So we scheduled surgery, and man, it was like, it's been night and day difference. I got everything back. My leg, I mean, no problems, no issues with nerves, no nothing. Just like, I feel 100%. My muscles back, everything. I mean, I can function completely, man. It's amazing. It's night and day difference.
Just like fighters, doctors too, man. There's levels to the game,
yeah.
Right?
Absolutely. And he's like, he told me, he was like, this guy's not wrong. If he would have done that surgery, he's not wrong. You wouldn't have been able to fight again. He's like, but you had other options. He's like, I'm glad you came and found me and everything. And dude, I mean, he's great. Dr. Cantor in Pittsburgh is the man.
Yeah, man. That's an incredible story, man, the last couple of years and what you have gone through. And like you said, you fought 2 of the guys, the top guys in the division, best of the world, man. And you had a messed up back. Now you're like super bad. You're back to normal.
Yeah.
You get back into the gym, you get to train, you get to do what you love. It must have been a battle, man, for the maybe the first couple of months, right? Just training, just getting into the motion of things.
Absolutely, and also it was, again, testing things at first, seeing, how my back was going to hold up, just getting back into it. It's been, a year. It'll be a year since surgery in September. Been over a year since I've been in the cage. So it was definitely trying it out. And, I was eager. I said from the moment I got surgery, I want to return late August, early September. That's my goal. I'm going to make that goal. That's it. And, talking with my doctor, telling him what my goals were and everything, he said, if everything goes well, he's like, man, PT goes well and everything. He's like, I don't see why you can't do it. And so, man, I put in the work. It was not easy. And, but we made some, adjustments and stuff, but man, pretty much camp has been like, it's never like, I've never had an injury. Like, we were going full out. Everything we changed before for my back is gone. Like, we didn't do anything, adjusted for an injury or anything. It was just like, okay, well, let's go, let's train, let's turn it up. And, after the first the first month in trying stuff out, making sure my back was going to, cooperate and respond correctly, it was all go, man.
Yeah, the team, other teams, they're just sitting around and training, and most of the guys are not even fighting, but your team is like back to back to back. Joe, John, Impa, Scott, everybody's fighting, right? So you get to be part of their camp up to your, return, which is probably, it's an incredible feeling to, take that energy, right, and then take it into your return.
Yeah, absolutely. We're definitely all motivated. It was luck of the draw happens to be that, we all got kind of fighting weeks apart, and that's our gym. All our guys are super close, man. We push hard, and, we were all work together in there, and great group of guys over at Jimmo, and Salty Dog Jiu-Jitsu with John Salter. Him and Joe come up and cross-train at Jimmo with us, and, man, we really get after it and push each other, and the fact that we were all fighting so close together, it's definitely a motivation builder, especially coming off some big wins, and some exciting moments, man. I'm more driven, more motivated, and more ready to go than I've ever been.
It's incredible, man. Now, your opponent, Anthony Ivy, he has one fight with the promotion. You probably looked at his tape. You probably looked at his debut, but it doesn't really tell you much about him, because if you go back and look at him on the regional scene, he's a totally different fighter. So what is your breakdown of his skill set? Yeah,
actually, I don't watch much film. Actually, I don't really watch film at all. But I happened to see his debut fight because I was watching the card. But I actually went for the other guy who won, just because I knew who the guy was. I didn't know who Ivy was. But yeah, like you said, it doesn't show anything. I take that fight. It's just throw it to the side. I throw it in the trash. It's nothing. It means nothing. Slip a banana peel. That's how I say it. It means nothing to me. It means nothing for this fight. everything that means something is that he got signed by the UFC, which is a big deal. He's a skilled fighter. You know, obviously he has a lot of talents and has won a lot of fights and did great on the regional scene. That's why he got signed. So, you know, they saw something in him as being a prospect. So like I said, I don't watch much film, but my team does. And my team tells me, and, you know, what I need to look for, what I need to work on, what, you know, and they, you know, my teammates, when I'm going with them, they try to mimic things he likes to do and stuff like that. But really for me, the focus is, especially for this camp, was being out so long. I need to get back to me. Like, I need to be me. I don't need to, you know, focus on, oh, I gotta, you know, wait, you know, this hook is coming and you gotta time it right, whatever. No, I just need to focus on being me 100% and just do everything that I'm good at. Obviously prepare for the areas that he's good at too, but just sharpen everything and be ready to go after your layoff. Man, I've gone through everything. I've sharpened everything. I'm just ready to go. He's a great fighter, and nothing but respect for him. But I'm ready to go, and I'm going to be bringing a lot of damage.
The last two camps, you had to make adjustments because of the back, and then when you got into the cage, do you feel like because of that, the way you performed was different from your normal? Like, how would you normally perform? You know what I mean? Not saying that, you know, those guys didn't you know, do well, but I'm saying, like, for yourself.
You know, I don't even think about that, and I never have thought about it. I never looked back on those fights and said, you know, man, if I was healthy, you know, that'd be my fight or anything like that. I made the decision. I said I felt good enough. At the time, I did. You know, the back issue was there, but I felt good enough to compete. I felt like I could still fight with the best of them and everything, and, you know, get through it and win. So no, I don't ever think about it and anything. And, you know, those guys beat me fair and square. So maybe one day we'll meet again and, we'll run it back and we'll get to see again. But that night they were definitely the better guy.
Yeah, I see those fights happening again eventually. I love those matchups again. You know,
yeah.
You know, rematches 3 times. You know, I'm down for those things. You know what I mean? Like, 'cause it's fighting. You know, you're playing the odds. You know, all these people shouting about why are they rematching? The guy beat him. It's because it's fighting, man. You don't know what's gonna happen. So
exactly.
if 2 guys fight 3 times, 4 times, I'm down for that. It's entertaining, man. Good matchup.
Well, and there's just so many adjustments that could be made between those fights, you know. And if you fought each other twice going into a third, it's like, well, okay, you know that person a heck of a lot more, and you know what they like to do, and what, you know, you make those adjustments and obviously improve, man. It just makes it exciting. I mean, look at the Stipe Miocic's fights, man. Mm-hmm. Great fights, back and forth, you know, like, come on.
Yeah, Stipe went in there and made the adjustments and
absolutely. Yeah, it was a great fight. And, you know, honestly, it's like the first fight, okay, Cormier knocked him out. Second fight, you know, Stipe made adjustments, and he made adjustments in the middle of the fight and, you know, got the win. The third fight was, you can tell they both had made adjustments for each other, and it pushed it to even farther where, you know, they're trying, who's going to make the better adjustments in the fight. Close fight, great fight. And, you know, Stipe got it done.
So do you look at this fight coming up as an opportunity to reestablish yourself in the division?
Absolutely. You know, I think, you know, there's some great people in the division making a lot of noise, and it's been a while since I've been in there. So I look to reestablish and show everybody, maybe some of the new fans, definitely the old fans, that Bam Bam's back and I'm ready to make some noise. And, you know, people who, maybe other fighters who may think like, oh, you know, this is a top opponent or anything like that, whatever. Man, he's in the UFC. Everybody's tough. I'm going to go in there, look to finish him and make a statement and be right back in the mix to fight these top guys.
No doubt. One last thing before I let you go, the welterweight title fight that's supposed to happen later this year, Usman versus Burns. You know, they're teammates for years.
Yeah.
They know each other so well. You know, that dynamic. What are your thoughts on that, man? At the highest level for the biggest prize.
Man, I have some friends, and, you know, we fight obviously we have a lot of guys that fight in the same weight class and stuff. And a rule of thumb for me is like, okay, we'll say we're not going to fight each other unless it's for the title. If it's for the title, we're fighting each other, man. We'll go out there and just throw down, you know, try to kill each other, whatever. Best men win. If it's for the title, we're fighting each other, you know. we'll both get paid. Yeah, one of us is going to come up short, but you know what? For that, we'll put it on the line. Let's go. Like, we'll be friends afterwards and everything. So, man, that's awesome. They've been training together for a long time, so I'm sure they really know each other. Maybe some adjustments to be made. Maybe some things to be going. I don't know how they're going coaches wise. If Usman's going back over to Colorado or whatever, but man, that's a fun fight. I'm really excited about that. I like Burns a lot. I really do. Usman's, he's a nice guy, and I've talked to him once before. He might not even remember. I don't know. But yeah, Burns is a nice guy, man. After I fought Vicente, he was, super nice and still, reaches out on social media every now and then, and just a real cool, down-to-earth guy. Seems like a family guy, just trying to get after it, man. Respect him. I'm looking forward to that fight for sure.
Yeah, it's easy to root for those guys, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Both
of them,
see something in them, in you, right?
Absolutely. Champions, man. Come on. We're getting after it. We're going to get after it all the time, push as hard as we can to get there. That's what I plan to do. I'm ready for get my run.
All right, man. September 12th, make your return in Las Vegas. Thank you so much, Bryan, for the time. It was great, man, speaking with you, and good luck and all the best.
Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate you having me on. It was great talking with you. Thank you for the opportunity.
Hey guys, Sasha Platnikoff here, letting you know to tune in to SCMP post-fight for all your weekly martial arts news.